Wave, buddy. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Vet Dad. Today we're going to be talking about my Intex Easy Set 10x30 swimming pool. Okay, so the bottom line up front is that this is a really great swimming pool for kids probably up to about the age of 8 years old. Now I say 8 because my daughter's about 8.5 and my son Cooper, who is enjoying the pool today, is about 6 years old. 6.5 years old is not about anything. He's exactly 6.5 years old. And they're getting to the point now where they're really able to enjoy swimming in lakes and, you know, larger swimming pools. And there's only going to be so much more time that a 10-foot diameter pool is really going to be good for them. So if you have kids up until about that age, younger than that age, you can really have some great moments with your family, especially with teaching little kids just how to be comfortable in the water all summer long. I'm also going to share with you the 2 biggest things that anybody that's considering buying this swimming pool should know before you make the purchase. So this pool really helped save our summer of 2020, and it was just a great addition to the backyard and trying to kind of make a little bit of a backyard oasis here since we were going to be spending so much time at home. Now I purchased the pool at toolboxsupply.com, which is a small business up in upstate New York, and that was just about the only place that I could find this particular pool online. I think a lot of folks probably had the same idea as I did back last summer, and it was just super hard to find at any of your mainstream retailers like Amazon, you know, Walmart, Target, all those places. It was just going to be super tough to find. Okay, so now this pool was super easy to set up. The number one thing that I've seen tons of folks that do review videos on this particular pool say over and over, and really with any kind of large outdoor pool, not that this is super large, is that it has to be on flat ground. Now that being said, you can see that it does have a bit of a lean to the left side here, so it's not perfectly level, but this was pretty much the only spot that I could use, and I'm going to get to that a little bit later towards the end of the video on where is the ideal place to plug in your filter pump, and that's really going to have a lot to do with where you end up putting the pool. Another big thing to keep in mind as far as where you put the pool is going to be, so this is a huge pecan, depending on where you're from and how you say it, tree, and every day stuff falls in the pool. If enough stuff falls in the pool and you don't get it out, that is going to affect the chemical balance of your water. It hasn't been too much of a hardship, but to get it out every day, you can see the little hand skimmer tool that I got down there on the ground there. But it's daily maintenance to skim the water and get those leaves and sticks and bugs and things like that out of the pool. Another thing to note here is you're not going to want to put the pool directly onto the grass itself. I would just be too worried that something was going to poke through the bottom, although the material does seem very sturdy. I just used a tarp, as you can see here, and that has worked fine. Again, this is my start of my second summer with this pool, and it's still in relatively good shape. Now, a couple things that we've added were, I already talked about the hand skimmer, but I also got this Intex solar cover, and all of these accessories that I'm telling you about now, I'm gonna put the link in the description for you. But you're also gonna need a floater to put your 1-inch chlorine tabs in, if you can find them, and we'll talk about that in a little bit as well. And then, you know, I'd recommend getting a outdoor weatherproof type mat to put right next to the pool. You can see it's gotten dirty already, but you really don't want the kids jumping in the water, dragging in all kinds of dirt and everything with them. So if they have kind of a clean surface to start out with, then that makes it a little bit easier. Now, we'll say the walls of the pool never really got super slimy or any nasty or anything like that. But I did add chlorine probably once a week. I put about 5 of those 1-inch tablets into the dispenser. And then the filter here, which is the Intex Crystal Clear 1,000 gallon per hour filter. It's not the one that usually comes with this pool, but it was highly recommended to go with a larger filter. But it uses type A or C filters, and I usually take those once a week and wash the filter really good. And then I replace it probably every 2 weeks or so. Now I'm going to give you two of the biggest things that I think you should know before you possibly purchase this pool. Number one is you're usually going to find this pool, when you can find it, in a combination of the pool with a filter pump system. Now, this pool is almost always packaged together with a filter pump that is not going to be strong enough to really keep it as clean as you probably would like for your children to be while they're swimming in it. So you can find the pool separately, and that's one of the main reasons I ended up going with Toolbox Supply up in upstate New York, is because I just looked up the part number for the pool, and I'll put all this down in the description below. But I was able to buy the pool separately. The pool only cost about 50 bucks, at least last summer it did. And then I was able to find the Intex Crystal Clear 100 gallon per hour filter pump on Amazon for about 100 bucks. So most of the combinations for these anyway were going to be right around 150. So I really didn't spend a lot more money by getting the pool and the filter pump separately. And like I said before, it does a great job of keeping the pool super clean. Okay, second biggest thing that I learned about this pool, I won't call it a pro tip because I'm certainly not a pro, just a dad that likes to make YouTube videos about stuff he does with his kids. There turned out to only be one place that, at least in my mind, I could actually plug this pool, plug the filter pump into for this pool. Now, if you have better ideas, please leave a comment and let me know. But as far as I can tell, there was really only one option for me, and I'm going to tell you why. Okay, there was the pool over here, and then not too far away, I was lucky enough to have this little separate shed type structure here, and it has this outlet out here, and I was able to plug it in here. This cannot get soaking wet with water, so really being under this little patio here was really the only place that I saw that I was going to be able to plug it in. All of my other plugs, and probably most of your outside plugs too, are ones like this that have these cases on them, and that big GFCI plug there is just not, there's no way that's going to plug into an outlet like that. So I'm really curious if you have another solution, because you know, most people probably don't have a little building with a nice patio on it like this in their backyard. So I'm just kind of curious. Leave a comment below and share how you plug your filter in. And lastly, buddy, as I make the review of this pool, your opinion probably matters more than mine by far. What do you think about the pool? What do you want other kids to know?
That it's very fun and playful.
It's very fun in places?
No.
Just certain places in the pool are fun?
Yeah.
Okay, so the whole pool is probably not a great buy, but certain places of it are really good. Is that what you wanted to say? Yeah? Okay. I'm not going to let you be in my YouTube videos anymore. Lastly, I'll just show you how strong that filter pump's working, and he's dragged a few leaves and things like that in since he's been playing today, but you can see about 3 weeks into this season, and the water's looking pretty good. Okay, everybody, closing thoughts here. I do not regret buying this pool one bit at all, even if it only lasted 1 year for 150 bucks, you know, plus chlorine and filters and everything, but it still seems like a great investment if you're gonna be spending a lot of time at home. This is probably gonna be the last summer that we're able to use this thing, whether it holds up or not, just because the kids are just growing and we're just going out and trying to be active and do things all the time. So I just don't think they're gonna really enjoy it anymore, even though he's having a heck of a time in it today. So that's it. I think it's a really great pool. Get the bigger filter, buy the pool separately. You can't go wrong with doing that. And just think through where you're gonna be able to plug it in before you make the investment. I'm gonna leave you with some of the pool related TikToks that myself and the kids made this past summer, having a lot of fun out here in the backyard all summer long. And hey, thanks for watching The Vet Dad. And I haven't come up with a clever thing to say in closing yet, but I appreciate y'all. Like, subscribe.
with you on how I like to keep myself refreshed throughout the entire day. I like to call it the wet ostrich.
Hot damn.